All right, test 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alrighty, hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a good Sunday. Loki's really excited to see you guys as well. Wanted to talk about Bitcoin for a while here. I don't know how long the stream is going to be since it's a Sunday night, but I figured it could be a while here just because I'm going to try a new thing where I just kind of a little bit of talking, a little bit of vibing, a little bit of working, and just kind of see how it how it comes together, right? So I got myself some water. Got Loki, and let me give Loki a small treat to get started off here. Yep, there he goes. Good boy. He stood up a little bit longer because it was a small treat. He was expecting something more. So I think for now we're going to start off with a little bit of Bitcoin technical analysis and try to go over some of the news here. I'm going to also talk a little bit about meme coins here because there's a few different ways Bitcoin can plan out, and one of those ways is that we're going to bounce off of this level of support. And if we do bounce off of this level of support and we start to go do some crazy things, you guys want to know what type of tokens to be buying, or at least the high risk tokens that people are going to be putting some money into, because you guys always know how people go yellow on those meme coins. And hey, Striker, Roki, and GOP, happy to see you guys here. Let's go over to this one. And I'm going to break down what's happening over the last few hours. Actually, instead, let's go over here to this one, and we should be a little bit better off. Yeah, I think I like this one just a little bit better. Allows me to show you guys the full screen. So, of course, today's Sunday. We got a new week coming on here. A lot of support right here, which means one of two things. Maybe a 60% chance we bounce up a little bit here, before ultimately falling back down. Or we just continue off what's been a bad past couple weeks, and we go for a third bad week in a row, leading us to probably break down below the 50-week moving average, and then starting to test out some of these lows like 50,000, 49,000, and trying to make something more of a higher low move, something more like, this. Coming down, bouncing off of some support over here. As long as it's above that, that little support right there, we should be fine. And then we start to go a little bit higher. This would be a very, very volatile move because we would be breaking back down below the 50, then eventually breaking back above. And then you guys have already kind of seen what happens when you break down below these moving averages. They typically are pretty volatile here. You can even see the 20 volatile, breaking back down, ultimately volatile. Even just testing them can be a very volatile time here. So get ready for more volatility coming over the next, I would say, 3 to 6 weeks, something like that, because ultimately we're either going to break down below this 50-week moving average, we're going to break above this 20-week moving average, and it's all going to happen within a few weeks of each other. So again, we could break out 1 week, break back down the next, break down 1 week, break back up the next. That type of volatility is going to be great for day traders, great for swing traders, but if you guys are not ready for it, it's going to be something more of an awakening experience, you could say, right? So, just as a reminder, off of another bad week, we did have a MACD on the weekly chart still put us in a very bearish spot. You can see over here the stochastic and the RSI. Everything's still bearish, nothing really good here. I think if you're hoping for something good, basically you just want us to stay within this trend line here, gradually going down and not having this full capitulation moment. You don't really see too much of that capitulation moment, I don't think, until you really start to look at the monthly charts and the daily charts. That monthly chart, you can kind of see how things looking pretty bad, and typically when Bitcoin's looking bad like that, we normally don't have a sudden reversal and then we spike back up. Usually we have a flush and then we find a way back out of it. You can see just like back over here, we flushed out for a little bit, came back up, ultimately came back down, but we had a really beautiful move back up. Again, flushed, moved back up, and sure, it kept on coming back down a little bit more, but it wasn't that same type of pattern over here. And plus we had FTX stuff going over here. COVID, flush, kind of feels more like that, doesn't it? Right? Have a bit of a flush right there, come back up, and that's what we're looking for. Maybe that's not even a flush, but I think it's pretty similar to what we're experiencing right now, especially because this has been how many months? 1 month, 2 month, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of consolidation. You might even just call it 6, but you gotta know that has not been a good time to be trading. We've been very, very bored here. And hey, AZTV, happy to see you, my man. You shorted at 55,100. There you go. You're gonna see a lot of people shorting right now. I mean, technicals would suggest that we're probably gonna be breaking back down here towards the below 50, right? Below 50, the 50 moving average. And something else that I'm kind of concerned about here is if I get rid of all this other stuff, let me just go over here. Let's open up the long-term one, which we already have. Awesome. And then let's make this into a monthly chart just like that one. Right. So you can see the MACD right here. I think we're just missing the stochastic. No, we're missing the RSI, but that's fine. There we go. Typically, you know, when we do see these types of moves here, is this going back in time far enough? Yeah. Let's open this up. Let's just take the MACD into the equation here. Typically, when we have these rotations, it's not a pretty good time to be in crypto. And once it looks like we're coming down, usually we come down quite a bit. You know, when I'm thinking about the crypto and the 4-year cycle, if you go over to Bitcoin, you'll see this being talked about a lot. Bear market, then it goes into the bull run, then it goes into the nice big pop where we go to some crazy level. Nobody ever knows exactly what level, but we typically have some good moves, right? This is kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen here eventually, but that doesn't mean that in this time we can't come down hard. My fear is, then again, in this cycle, as far as the MACD, once we start going bearish, we really go bearish for a few months at least. Back over here, that was a rough time. A little bit of roughness over COVID, and then back over here at the end of this cycle, some rough time. However, since we kind of are in this mid-cycle, you would call it, we can kind of ignore. I wouldn't recommend it, but we don't have to necessarily just pay attention to this one to there, or this one over here to over here. We can focus a little bit about what happened right here, because this is maybe what we're going to be looking at. Back over here, back in 2020, 2019, when nothing was crazy happening until COVID came along, you guys can see if I stretch this out a little bit, it's going to look kind of funky because of how much Bitcoin actually rallied. You can see how we went red here for a little bit. Bitcoin was just kind of coming down. We rested on top of the 20-month moving average, held. Of course, COVID came along, but a couple months later, Bitcoin was off to the races here. And there's two things I think we can learn about this a little bit here. First thing is, it's okay to not really be buying a whole bunch of stuff right now. You could wait until some of these MACDs pop back up like right there. Still buying Bitcoin at like 11,000, 12,000. That's still a good opportunity in the scheme of things compared to how high it went up. Back over here as well, if Bitcoin does go red, even if it's just for a month or 2 months or something like that, you might just see it come back over here to the 20-month moving average. I've been seeing a lot of fancy technical analysis over the past couple weeks talking about every single level that Bitcoin can come down to. Is it going to 50,000? Is it going to 40,000? Is it going to 35,000? Where's it going to? And most of the time when I see all the fancy stuff on, their trading profiles, you could call them, they're typically all matching up with different levels of moving averages or different Fibonacci levels. And there's not really much of a fancy way around that. You just have to put that on your chart and usually look for something like a cluster. So what we're going to do very fast is just take the monthly chart, and we're just going to look for a few clusters to see if there's any big levels of support where you guys might feel more confident because there's more signals saying, hey, let's see, Bitcoin looks like it may pop over here. We do this typically when we're looking for resistances and supports, but usually it's a little bit better for resistances. You see like this massive level of resistance. Technically, typically what you would see is a lot more whales putting walls up against those levels because they're thinking that's good short opportunity because there's that natural resistance according to mathematical equations, yada yada yada. All right, so let's add a few on here. We got one right there, and you can see we bounced off of that one pretty well, and right now we're looking like we want to fall. If you're thinking of another level, that's around 40,000. Let's see if we hit 40,000 in the future. I'm going to keep this one kind of mobile for a while. So we're not mobile. I'm going to keep this around so we can kind of look back at it and see how it's changed over time or what levels we actually hit. Now, we're going to take the fib off of this one. And you see there's a level of support again right back over here where the first red line is. And again, it's going to look very, very ugly. Trust me, dude, guys, women, and I know it's going to look ugly. But right there should be fine. And we're just going to do one more back over here from the 2018 crash. Or did I do that one already? Let me see. No, that's just negatives in there. Okay. Oh, why do they have the negatives in there? Did I set it to that? Oh, I set it to all these numbers. Geez, I need to apply defaults. There we go. Defaults makes it a lot easier to see what's going on. Oh, geez, I forgot. It's these types of defaults. All right, well, we can fix that at the same time. Extend lines left, right. We're gonna have no background color, and then we're going to go over here and turn to, there we go. All right, last one. This is something that all of you guys could do at home, but I just think it's fun to do it here every now and again. Let's pull this back to a daily chart and kind of just see what's been working on for us. All right, a little bit of support right there, a little bit of support right there. Not really much right here. I think this was this Mount Gox news? Maybe that one was. And you can see some support right here and a little bit coming along, but we really haven't hit this level. The next level of support that we're dealing with is like 51,000. Again, we go back a couple things back over here. I mean, it's matching up with that, so we don't need all these fancy lines, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. But again, what's below this next little cluster is down here on $47,000, and right below that we have one at 44,000 and one really big one down here at 38, 39. I don't really think we're heading down this low. Hopefully that does not come back to bite me in the ass here, but I don't think we're going back down this low. If we did come back down screaming to 39,000, I would be buying up a lot. But as I told you guys in some of my other videos, basically what I'm looking to do is I'm waiting for Bitcoin to see if it wants to break down below 50,051, and then I'm going to start loading up on positions down here. And they're not going to be just me buying up certain positions like, hey, one day I like it, one day I don't. No, this is going to be something like saying, hey, I'm going to have limit orders in place, and if Bitcoin decides to come down to these levels, I think that's really when I want to start buying some up and being more aggressive with my buying. So I'm going to have a limit order be just above this level of support. So I'm going to have it be, oh, sorry, I got the magnet. I was like, where the heck did my low line go? You know, like right around 48,000 could be a good initial one if you guys are afraid of missing out on any potential buying opportunities, right? After that, I'm going to have one right here in the middle zone, which is going to be around 46,000 or so. And then I'm going to have one that's most likely not going to hit because of, you know, how crazy Bitcoin have to drop. And I'm going to have one lower down here, probably around $44,000 down here. And we got the line right here, probably a wick back down just like that. Maybe I'll come down here to 43,000. And I'm going to have limit orders right there, and I'm going to put them up here, I think, in a few days. And we're just going to see and wait and watch and see what happens to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin hits any of these levels, we're going to have open leverage trades, just kind of watching them. These are not going to be 5x or 10x or 20x, nothing like that, because these are attempts at catching a falling knife for a little bit of a swing trade. So these are going to be something very simple, like either a 2 or 3x leverage play. And then what we're going to do is we're going to catch on to the rebound here, and then we're going to be riding that wave back up. Even if it's a small wave, whatever it ends up being, that's the type of move we're looking for. You can see sometimes we come back down below these levels of support. Sometimes we work down below them, but ultimately it does tend to bounce back up. And I'm hoping that over a period of, you know, like 2-3 weeks, you know, maybe just 2 weeks, I would say, we're going to have a nice bounce. This one only took about 3 days, you know, 1 day of falling, then 3 days of rising. That was pretty much it. This one took, I don't know, what, a couple weeks to have that really big move. I'll have to wait and see, but this is a small trade at the beginning, more of a medium one right here around 45, 46,000. And then I'm going to have a heavy one placed down here on 43,000. And we're just going to watch and see how this comes about. But it's really going to be low leverage plays, because I think that's the best way to do it right now, especially if Bitcoin's been dropping like a rock. Most people, if they've been trading right now, they're either been having some swing trade shorts like we've been talking about over the past few weeks, or what they've been doing is they've been actually looking at some of these daily charts, trying to see if there's any opportunities for bouncing, and they've been doing some day trading in here. You can see right here, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, we have this little bit of a downtrend, and because we've had a really rough week, we might have 1 or 2 days of breathing before things really, you know, continue going down here. And what you may be hoping for tomorrow morning around 6:30 in the morning, when, you know, the market opens back up, excuse me, we could potentially have a pop back above $56,000, $57,000. That's kind of the move for right now. You guys see the 12-hour chart right here? There's an opportunity for us to have a little bit of a breakout here on that MACD. Stochastic is already bullish, and the RSI right now is almost bullish right now. So there is a chance that we could have a move. Now, typically, again, let's shrink this down. Let's shrink that down. You know, it's not the end all be all as far as this stuff is concerned, but sometimes if you get a little bit of help here, you can see those moves. And I think what I'm trying to do is just time it with a potential breakout here, because you see that right there. All right. The two ways to play this for this week, if you guys do want to go along, I know not everybody wants a short. You guys would be looking for a move on the 12-hour or the daily to have that pop here. Maybe even just the 4-hour. The 4-hour is already bullish if the 12-hour is just about to turn. And you'd be looking to play that up here, right? Maybe just until 56, 57, or even 58,000 bucks. If it comes back over here, you're most likely going to sell it, of course. And then later on, if it does break out, that's be another opportunity. This right now is all just a big question mark, though, because we don't have any confirmations. But over the next, 4 or 5, I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming tonight, you know, however long I'm here for, we're going to be looking for some of those moves. And you can even see on the 4-hour chart here, there was a similar trend line, just like the daily. A small breakout, change of character, momentum is on your side, and we might have an opportunity here to see the 4-hour really guide us. Because again, what's that right there? That pink line? That's the 50-week moving average. Is that the 50-week moving average? Let me double check. I change it every now and again because I only have one color. Yeah, 50-week moving average. So it's a big level of support. We haven't broken down below it yet. It seems to be where we find our nice little sweet spot. So if you guys wanted to buy, you guys could buy right now, have a stop loss around 52.43, you know, but it still feels more like a short-term swing trade or a day trade, that 20 to 30 hour type of thing. The 15-minute chart today, I mean, it was just walloping people. Maybe the 5-minute chart will give you a better idea. And we had this little bit of a dip here in the morning hours. We came back down. All of a sudden, a whiplash off of that. Some smaller breakouts. Look at this spike right there. This was a nice breakout that looked like it was about to happen here on the 1-hour chart, but it came up real fast and it came back down. And so if you guys didn't scale out, or you guys, you know, weren't watching it, it could have, this was 10 minutes up and then, 10 minutes back down. All of a sudden, boom, you kind of messed up. On the 1-hour chart, though, right, it was giving you some heads up right afterwards. You can keep on buying, and then you didn't even get too much of a warning actually on this one. I mean, it turned. Yeah, you had a few hours of things turning around here, but you never know when it's going to have a spike like that. So just be watchful, be mindful. I'm going to be excited about what happens over the next few hours and such. But man, you guys, it's been a struggle trying to do all this type of stuff lately. You're looking at what's actually moving today, and look at that. Bitcoin's up 1%, Ethereum up, Ethereum up 0.36%, Tether, I'm not talking about Tether. BNB's up or down 0.5%. There's not really much moving. Oddly enough, XRP is down a little bit here. But oh no, it balanced back out a little bit. Anything up changed? No, not really. So, you're seeing some small moves. Toncoin's up a little bit. This is up a little bit because it's had a really bad month because their founder got arrested or something. So the monthly is going to be much different than a lot of other stuff out there. AVAX, up 4%. That's actually nice to see. Mostly everything else, it's not really doing too much here. And hey, J Dot, happy to see you, my man. And hey, RW, happy to see you as well. Yeah, what do you call it? The football game just ended. I was ready to stream for a while here, actually, but I've been cleaning up my house like crazy. My sister leaves this week, and so I'm trying to help her get packed, make sure everything's clean for me, because my sister's packing a lot. So basically, she has like trash bags everywhere, and trash bags, whatever kids have in their room. And then what do you call that stuff? Clothing bags or totes and stuff. But Loki's basically just been going into the trash and taking into random rooms in the house and trying to eat shit. So I'm like watching Loki like a hawk right now, like here. Loki, come here. Yeah, give him a little treat. Then we'll go back to some coins here. See, you being good boy. Yeah. And I got little, whatever these are, crumbs on me. Alright, oh, I also got a My Father cigar hat. I went to the horse races yesterday, had a blast. Got a hat. Also got a Bavarian hat. Bavarian hats get you $5 beers. Best deal in the world. And there we go. Alright. So, you're not really seeing too many changes right now, right? A little bit of a bounce off of the last few days of just really bad moves on Bitcoin, right? Or I should just say the last couple weeks, because the last couple days really have been terrible. We've been waiting to see if we're going to break down below that 50-week moving average here. So ultimately, not too bad. And thanks to, you know, X and whatnot, there's a little bit of stuff to talk about here on Twitter, but it's not really enough. I mean, to be honest, I think nobody wanted to talk about Bitcoin today. Like, this is from 8 hours ago, 14 hours ago, just a couple memes. Nobody really wanted to talk about Bitcoin because, you know, football's back in town, and all I see is Lions, Stafford. You know, Seahawks won. That was a good game. Seahawks definitely was happy about that. They had a really bad beginning to the game, but hey, they worked out. You know, everything NFL, sports, Cronsworth, industry HB. I don't know what that is. Haitians. I don't know what the Haitians are doing. NFL, sports, NFL, entertainment, K-pop, right? I don't even know. NFL. Aaron Donald, NFL, Kendrick, you know, that's also NFL stuff, NFL news. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of stuff with NFL. So I think people are just ignoring crypto just a little bit today, and I can't blame them. You know, there was a lot of good football games on there. Bank transfer at the machine should be illegal. Yes, sirree. Oh, more illegal immigrants. Yes, sirree. That's always what. Oh, this is probably why Haitians. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Most satisfying video. Did he kill a spider or something? Oh, a mosquito. Okay. But you can see there's not really much on here. I follow a bunch of crypto people, and it's giving me memes right now, which means crypto stuff is not really popping off. I think you're slowly starting to see people kind of like phase it out a little bit because it's starting to get, you know, a little depressing off of what the last 14 days. Bitcoin's basically down about 13%. When you're down for a week like that, people typically like, man, there's nothing good about crypto. I don't want to be watching. I don't want to be holding it. I'm just gonna, you know, leave it alone for a little bit. Or they're typically just say, I'm not going to sell, but I'm not going to pay attention, and that's fine. But I was talking to some of my friends over at Tron. Let me take a sip of water here, guys. Oh, what the heck is going on with this thing? Why is this? Sorry, not sure where that popped up. That was basically my third monitor, but my third monitor was kind of wide. Yeah, there's just not much on social media. What was I going to say? Oh, I was talking to a friend at Tron that works for Tron, and he told me where I can actually go see all the Tron meme coins. But because over the past few days or weeks, I guess, we've been looking at this from coinmarketcap.com, and this is basically giving us the tokens, right? And it was kind of funky because a lot of these tokens, you couldn't really tell what was going on here. There's only a few with the market cap and stuff. And so he gave me a few websites, and one of them was sunpump.meme/home, I guess. And this is where you can make the tokens, basically. But over here, you can kind of see which tokens are trending here and have small market caps. And I would say this is mostly for those of you guys that have a very high risk tolerance and who understand there's not really much investing going on here from like a legitimate standpoint. Like there's no earnings, there's no nothing. These are meme coins, so the only value is what everybody kind of puts into it type of stuff. So I want to make sure you guys understand that, because I don't want you guys putting a little bunch of money in here if you guys decide to try to ride this this Tron wave, which I am, but I don't want you guys to do it because I'm doing it. You know, I want you guys to do it because you want to do it, or you guys like have some extra money, you want to YOLO into some of these tokens, that type of stuff. And some of the tokens I'm seeing right now, you know, there's Sundog over here, there's Tron Bull. I got the little Tron Bull actually on my desk right now. You got Invest Zone, that's 27 million market cap. You have this Crypto Zillion Club, that's a 16 million market cap. You know, Sun Wukong, $14 million market cap. That one's down 30% today. Probably got to be careful of that one. That one might be getting rugged a little bit. Muncat, Suncat, a lot of different opportunities, but also a lot of risk. I mean, $7 million, $6 million. You know, a lot of this stuff is going to be very, very, very difficult to try to get in there. I mean, there's even an Afro token, right? Afro token. Tron, another Tron bull over here, Puss, Tron cat. It's going to be interesting. Let me see right here. Anything else that actually worth looking at? Nero. I've been hearing about this one a little bit. I think there's another version of it though on Weeks, because Weeks has a few different ones. And hey, really happy to see my man. We're on support. Why short? Basically because people believe momentum is going to be taking Bitcoin below the support level. Basically, you can kind of see how we were at a support level back over here. Right, we had wicked back down. Bitcoin still came back down. Once you break it, it's a lot easier to come back down again. And now we're kind of below it. And maybe if I go over here to the monthly chart as well. Right, we had a couple months of support right over here. See how that right there, and we're now just breaking down. You know, it's a support level, yeah, definitely. But the momentum right now would suggest that we're going to actually break through this. That's the big gamble people are taking. For me, I'd still rather be short than long right now, just because the way the MACD's been, you know, acting out, you know, looking all bearish and stuff like that. But that's my personal thing. You know, I have a lot of indicators I use by with permission from my friends. You know, Sean over at Luxalgo likes me, you know, he lets me use this type of smart money concepts. And you guys know CryptoFace, he lets me use Market Cypher. He's a really chill guy as well. All good party folks, basically. You know, you see the daily charts over here, still pretty gray, still bearish. Nothing of a bullish sign except for right over here. We got a small one right there, it looks like right now on the daily. And this is again why we talked about the opportunity for something more of a something more of a day trade where you hold for 20 to 30 hours and try to wait for a pop. But ultimately, the reason people are still short is because that momentum is still bringing us down on some of those larger technicals. You see how the momentum is still coming down here overall, right? Now it's not always going to be correct and stuff like that, but that momentum is usually pretty strong, and it's best not to go against it unless you have a really good reason. This support level could be that reason for you. Right now, I've already dollar cost averaged a bunch on meme coins. I've already dollar cost averaged a bunch on Bitcoin. I'm still dollar cost averaging on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, but on a bunch of meme coins or just altcoins in general, I've stopped dollar cost averaging them from the last few months, ever since right over here in July. And instead, I've basically just been kind of building up bags of cash, waiting for my opportunity to buy, because while Bitcoin might have been going sideways since July, you go over here to some of these different tokens. I mean, I don't know, whiff, right? A lot more stuff has come down here, and I just wanted to save myself a little bit of money until Bitcoin figures out what it wants to do. Look at Pepe here, step, maybe another step down. Pepe looks like it wants to flush again. Floki over here barely holding support. Gonna be looking for something fun there in a little bit. ADA been coming down time and time again. Ape token again and again. This was back over here April, right? Oops. Let me pop this back open. Yeah. Oh, that was July. Excuse me. So let's go to 88 in July. 80 in July, June, July, right over here. Right? It's still coming down quite a bit. I don't want to have to deal with any of that type of stuff. July, you know, I'd rather just keep my money and kind of save it a little bit more. Some are worse than others, of course. Arbitrum, I really don't know what happened to Arbitrum. Does anybody know what happened to this one? I bought some a while ago. I sold part of it off when it kind of rallied back in March with a lot of other stuff. But I'm surprised that it's come down so much, because I thought a lot of people talked about this in terms of Ethereum and stuff, and you can see Ethereum is trying to hold on to this support level as well. It's doing an okay job over the past few weeks, as you can tell, but if Ethereum falls, of course, it's going to be coming down hard. And don't say Ethereum can't go down fast in a couple weeks, because already right here, within a couple weeks, Ethereum fell 37% in a matter of 2 weeks, right? If it falls out again, it might just come back down to this next order block, which would be terrifying. But we got a trend line support, and we got this support over here. We got dual support. Maybe that, maybe that helps us out a teeny bit. But yeah, that's kind of why people are short. If that's your question, yeah, a lot of people are going to be short just for that reason. And a lot of people opened up these shorts quite a bit ago, quite a while ago. There were some signs back over here or over here that people want to be taking some shorts. Usually they sell their positions by there, but on the daily charts, we had a sell signal kicking off right over here on the 4-hour chart. And ever since then, people have just been holding and holding and holding because, again, all we've been doing is going down. You know, new lows, or not new lows, lower highs. It hasn't really been working out as, you know, if you want to hold for too long on a long side, it's working out if you just want to short for a while and kind of, you know, wait for those moves. Especially, let's go to 4-hour chart. Where was that signal at? There you go. All right, a little bit of a warning signal right there. You never know exactly where it's going to fall down, of course, but it gave that warning. Right now, though, we have a little bit of a green. Last green one gave us a little bit. It's not always going to be the big move, right? Just because, again, everything's so bearish. But there's an opportunity, and that's what people are trying to take advantage of for the next 20 to 30 hours. All right, there we go. And hey, Villa, happy to see my man. Leverage will keep getting eaten by the market makers. It really depends on what you're doing right now. You don't want to hold your leverage positions for too long. I think a couple days is fine. Even a week is fine if it's low leverage. But if you're doing some high leverage, you know, like 20, 30, 40x, at that point, you just better be looking for day trades and not trying to swing it for too long here. You know, even with some of the trades like today, you know, these types of moves, these are only for like a few hours at most. And then even then, it's probably not the best thing to be doing too much. Right now, Bitcoin's falling off a little bit. You can kind of see that ugly pattern kind of emerging where it tried to break out again, but it just, there's a wall up here. And right now, coming down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what Wall Street does in the morning. That's kind of what I'm more excited about right now. Can Wall Street make a move? And then I think tomorrow, what we're going to do, we're going to open up some trades live, and I'm going to have you guys do some trades with me. So we're going to be opening up some Bitcoin trades, Ethereum, just a bunch of random stuff, right? And we're going to see what happens over the next few days. Because I'm gonna even if I don't agree with the trade, we're gonna do some of you guys' trades as well. And hey, DZ, just buy more. You're gonna see people buying up more. I just want to have those limit orders in case Bitcoin goes down while I'm sleeping. Typically, you know, when we look at the 1 hour chart here, let's back up a teeny bit. Now, these moves aren't going to be at crazy times for us, but you can see this move right over here. You know, I was around like 9 p.m. That's fine. You know, I can still be up around that time. This type of move over here, that was around like 6 p.m. Again, that's fine for me. Smaller move here, but that was around 2 a.m., right? 11 p.m. I might be asleep around that time. Not as volatile a move, though. You guys get that, but yeah. Right back over here around 4 p.m. Usually it's in the afternoons when everything goes to shit. So right over here, this is around 2 p.m. So that was right after the market. I think this was this around Nvidia's earnings or something like that? But yeah, you get the point. Yeah, so right now, I'm definitely looking to buy, but they're definitely more long-term holds and not short-term that I'm looking at buying right now. Unless I'm doing a log here, which maybe I will. I still gotta wait for that breakout to occur here. And again, but happy to see my man. We going long or short tomorrow? I mean, if you're looking for a swing trade, a short is a better way to go. For short term right now, you're looking at an opportunity for Bitcoin to actually have a nice little pop to start off the week. Kind of like how, remember, like back over here, we had a nice little pop to kind of kick things off. Things were looking pretty good. Not as far as the week, but you know, what was this actually Monday back over here? No, it was Thursday. Where's Monday right here. Nice little pop to start things off. Then eventually we came back down. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin can't find a way to get back up and have some breathing room. And of course, eventually things start to get back down. It's just that these lower highs are still making moves. I'd love to see bulls try to retest this area right back over here around 60,000, 61,000. Now that's going to be very, very difficult. I doubt we're going to be able to do it, but that's what I want to see. Short term, I'd love to see if we can test out 56,000, 57,000. Maybe up here, another order block around 58. Those two levels are what you guys are hoping for in the short term. If you guys want to try to do a swing trade on this, then of course, yeah, you can really hope for it's like 60,000, but that might take you a few days to like a week or so. And then of course, if it doesn't work out, your stop loss is going to get hit. And the stop losses here really don't have to be too much, maybe just around $54,000, $53,000. But, you know, I think what is the... I didn't type any of that properly. Sorry, guys. Economic calendar. There we go. So wholesale. There we go. Wholesale inventories, consumer credit, important, not crazy, but important. The optimism index, that's going to be important right there. Consumer price index, I think somebody was just talking about this a few seconds ago. There you go. Salim right there. Consumer price index, inflation is always going to be important. Is it going to be low? Is it going to be high? We want it low, but we don't want it too low, because if it's too low, that indicates a recession, right? So now we're getting back into like bad news is bad news again, and good news is good news, but we're still kind of in this muddy water type of area about it. Initial jobless claims, of course, Thursday, core PPI, Friday, imported price index. So it's going to be a volatile week. And we do have the ability, I would say, to have some rapid moves with Bitcoin. That's kind of why when I told you guys the other day, I know I put a post out about it. I've been doing a few posts today. I did some polls. You guys are voting on the polls. Awesome. There's me at the there's me at the horse races. I didn't open my cigars yet. I did not do good gambling. I lost like $100 gambling yesterday. I was so sad. But it was pretty nice just to go there and, you know, watch the horses and, you know, smoke a cigar and stuff. Even though I didn't really smoke there. I'm one of those guys that sits in the booth and just watches the TV at the at the event. Although I was on the side of the horse track for one of the races. You know, I did I close my position too soon, right? Did I close it too soon? Well, we'll have to wait and see, right? I've been okay with opening new positions as need be, and I think I'm just going to wait it out right now. So I'm hoping that over the next few days, this is kind of my plan if you're asking me right now, Bitcoin makes something more of a pop, and then I like to see it drop and continue moving down even more. The week to week is still going to be bearish here, right? So I'm looking at this week to do more shorts, some more swing short openings, or how would I say this a little bit more elegantly? I'm hoping we can pop so I can short that pop, and that's kind of the plan. I don't have any real big shorts open right now besides a few meme coins and stuff that are swing trades with low leverage and larger amounts of capital. Things that think of something like a Floki or something like that. No, not Floki. Starts with the F. What's it called? It's right next to Floki on my thing. Pepe. There we go. Yeah, I'm waiting for certain things to kind of flush like that. But right now, you know, look at the weekly chart. I kind of want to have that gamble that we're going to go down. I'm just hoping I can get a good entry position into this. The 4-hour chart so far, you know, we're just kind of going sideways here, right? If we make a move back up, that's what I'm hoping for. We really haven't had a golden cross in the 4-hour chart in a hot minute either. They don't really, I mean, this one didn't do anything. This one did a little bit, kind of maybe. And this one did a little bit right there, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. On the 5-minute, looks like Bitcoin's getting pushed back down though. So maybe I won't have an opportunity to get back in at a good price. But I don't want to buy right now or open up a short right now. I kind of want to see if we can get back up a little bit higher. But right now, if you open up a short, this was a nice little level of resistance around 55. So if I wasn't watching football, maybe I would have done that. How do you find order blocks? Order blocks are basically just levels of resistance, and sometimes they can have a little bit of volume attached to them. There's tons of different free indicators on TradingView that have them. So let me put up a new. Let's just have a, oh, this is a pattern one. Okay. There we are. You can go over here to indicators, metrics, and strategies. Just type in order block. Right? Order block finder right here. This is experimental from Wugamio. Wugamlo. I can't pronounce it. There's one from order block detector. This is free from Lux Algo. Right? Order blocks right there. Levels of support and resistance. If you have the Lux Algo paid tool, that also includes it in there. But then if you just get the free Smart Money Concepts one, right? Smart Money Concepts. There's one that's paid right here from Chart Prime. I have the Lux Algo one. It's just free. And then let me take off the other one. This is the free Lux Algo one. from Smart Money Concepts. It puts it all in there with the change of characters, break of structures, and things like that. So it's not too hard to find them and put them on your charts if you want to. Most of the time, you could also just visualize them and say, hey, what's a level of resistance? Because after you kind of use them for a while, you're like, hey, these are kind of looking at some pretty, these are just resistance levels, basically. That's basically the big difference there. You might be able to see a little bit more strength in certain ones, like this one's going to be stronger than this one. You can kind of see how there's a little bit more resistance as far as 1, 2. Once it's been a confirmed level of resistance, it kind of hardens a little bit, if that makes sense. This one hasn't been tested again, so it's going to be a little bit weaker. This one hasn't been tested, it's going to be a little bit weaker. But again, it's still going to be a level of resistance where you're going to see people try to short this a little bit. All right, let's go back over here very fast. There you go. There we go. Is anything really hitting the hay or going up today? Maga's down a couple percent, but doesn't look too bad here. Maga's just breaking down below support. Nice little swing trade or day trade right there, though. Turbo. Oh, Turbo had a nice move today, too. Yeah. Popcat. World Token. I shorted World Token, and I sold it way too early. I was very disappointed in myself. Bitcoin was moving down, but this was going sideways until it then all of a sudden, until it randomly just dropped, and I was like, ah, shit. I had sold off the majority of it by the time it started dropping. Let's see. No. I mean, WIF is coming down a little bit, but if you guys just like I said last week, WIF is still one of the best things to be trading right now, just because the volatility is beautiful. These moves are nice swings. Like this swing down here, that's 8% right there. This one over here, 5%. You're not looking at 1% move, 1% move. These are nice, good moves. And I think you're seeing a lot of people actually just day trade it because those moves are so nice. I think that's actually what's keeping it so volatile here. All right, 15 right there. You can kind of see Bitcoin coming down. And I know it doesn't look like much, but that pink little dash right there, that is the 50-week moving average. That's how close we are and how much we don't want to just flush down below this, which is why I'm so concerned about this week. I'd prefer if Bitcoin didn't crash, of course. I would prefer if we just went straight up. But in reality, I'm going to have a bunch of those limit orders waiting next week, or this week, excuse me, just in case we do have a little bit more of a flush. And I think I'm going to be streaming quite a bit this week. I'm going to try to stream 2 times a day. I'm back on ADHD medication, so I should be able to just kind of wind myself up to do something. We'll see how powerful that shit is, but I'm back on the meds for a little bit of time here, so I can try to really focus on some YouTube work here because I've been slacking on it. What time in the morning so I can be here? Normally the volatility kind of kicks off in the morning around 6:30. I probably won't be live that early because I usually stay up late. So what you're going to see me doing is probably be up around 11 o'clock or around an hour before market close. It kind of depends on what time zone you're in, honestly. I tried last week to go to bed early and wake up early. All I ended up doing was going to bed late and then waking up early, and that really fucked up my head. You know how you get those headaches from lack of sleep? So I'm not going to try that again for a little bit of time. Instead, what I'm going to be doing here is just when I'm up, I'm going to go live, have some fun. There's going to be times where I'm just streaming about random stuff. It'll be news related, meme coin related, crypto related, economic news related, whatever it is. We'll be talking about it and having a fun time. I just need to be live a little bit more than normal. And hey, Cody, happy to see my man. Munich Oktoberfest starts on the 21st. I know, actually, funny enough, I was partying with a German, Jan. He's a really chill guy. Really chill guy. He has a Mercedes Black Class car, and that thing looks absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. But yeah, I think the horse races had the Oktoberfest primarily because next week is the last day of the horse races, and so they're not going to have the horse races in October. So I think that's why they did it. But now I have a fake German hat. I got a cigar hat, and I am set to go for the rest of the year here with hats. Well, I only think I own maybe 6 or 7 hats I own, but you know what? I like the way they look. Why are stocks going down? Because people are afraid of a recession. Recession. Here is the SPY weekly chart. You can see there's been some bumpiness over the past few weeks. This is just a Fibonacci extension. It looks like right here, just a monthly chart type of thing. Yeah, this is we're facing a little bit of resistance. This one hasn't worked out completely correctly, but you can see right over here, a little bit of resistance, breakout, 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 a little bit of a retest over here, getting rejected right there. So there's a technical reason for it, if you will, but in reality, people are just afraid of a recession. There's been so much bad news coming out. The government may not be telling the truth as far as job numbers are concerned. And I think people are like slowly starting to catch on to that. Plus, we're in the middle of a crazy election where like most people view both candidates as kind of psycho. And so like, which psycho do you want? Do you want, your conservative psycho? You want your liberal psycho? I guess that's the way the media is framing it, at least. And I don't know, people get freaked out about these types of moments. And maybe when they're uncertain, if Democrats are uncertain about Donald Trump winning, maybe they're less likely to have a lot of money in their they're less likely to spend money because they feel like they need to save. Conservatives right now fearing that Kamala Harris could win. They probably aren't spending as much money as well, just kind of keep money tightly. Maybe, maybe they'll buy more guns or something, or Democrats can buy more, I don't know. I don't know what Democrats would buy, but you know what I mean. There might be a little bit less spending. We'll have to wait and see. But my big thing is, again, this is the daily chart. Within a period of 20 days, the SPY fell down about 10%. So far, we're down about 4.5% in the last, 7 days? So, we're making a decent, move right now. I think people are maybe thinking this is a double top or whatever. We got the MACDs and everything kind of turning bearish. We should be going down for a little bit longer here. Hopefully, we can make something of a higher low than break out off of this. But that weekly chart here, bearishness, bearishness, bearish. We'll see what happens next. The monthly chart, I think, is what's interesting. The monthly chart still gives us an opportunity, I would say, to start having to continue having the rally. That stochastic, though, is getting kind of icky. So even with the RSI here, typically, look at those two right there. I mean, that was a pretty good move. MACD right here took a little bit longer of a period of time, but it still kicked in. These two might be giving us a signal that we need to have something of a larger correction. And again, people forget, from the high to the lows over here for the SPY fell down about 28%. That was a pretty big move back down. If we were to have a similar move this time, there's a few different ways to look at it. I like to go from the COVID lows over here for the Fibonacci level, but that might pull us back over here to 454, matching up with the resistance level back there. So that could be a pretty big move. We'll have to wait and see how it comes along, because I think the market is more driven by earnings, right? But look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's finally breaking down right now. We haven't broken down in a hot minute. Looking at different support levels around 17,000, perhaps. You're getting where that's a 1,500 point drop. But yeah, it does not look pretty all the same. Let me see. Jobs report. Let me just go over to CNBC, I guess. This was the jobs report a few days ago. August payrolls grew by less than expected, 142,000 jobs, but unemployment rate ticked down to 4.2%. And then, they'll talk about it a little bit here. Talk about the jobs. You see how jobs are starting to go down the last few months. Not really good. And they keep on having to revise these down. Again, I think it was back from, I think they said from July. No, excuse me. No. Back over here from April, yeah. From April over to July, they had to take away 800,000 jobs that were never there in the first place. Yeah. I mean, when the government has to do that, they fucked up big. And the last time they fucked up that much was like 2007. So, I hate having to talk about 2007 and stuff. Technically, I was in middle school, but we all know it was a shitty time for the economy and whatnot. What story was that? 800K jobs missing? Or I don't want to say missing. Yes, the government just erased more than 800,000 jobs. Right. We're living at that scenario now. On Wednesday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that in a preliminary release that it had overstated the number of new jobs created in the 12 months to March by 818,000. That's about 1/3 of the 2.9 million jobs the government said it had added in that stretch, or roughly 68,000 fewer jobs added each month than previously reported. right? I mean, that's a really bad miscalculation, and they've been doing it for a while. So I was actually wrong. I thought it was just until April or something like that, April, June, but it was actually for the last year. So that's a lot of jobs missing right there. And you can see right over here, the U.S. erased 818,000 jobs in the last 12 months, yada, yada, yada. And you can see right now the revision right here. That's a pretty big revision. 2019 was a big one over here as well. This had a little bit to do with some of the COVID stuff, you know, the fear going around that. What was that? I think it kind of started back in like September. COVID started being a buzzy thing. Then it took a while for the government to actually be forced to shut things down. Let's see. So there's another, the largest one was in 2009 adjustment. Let's see. Rebounded strong from the lows. This is an older article. Oh, this is from August 22nd. Yeah, that's a couple weeks old. That's when I'm like rebounding. We're not rebounding right now. But yeah. Things have just been a little tricky. The dollar index is starting to come down. We're breaking down here. This should be a good thing for Bitcoin. I think in the long term it will be. But yeah, we're completely breaking down here. We're probably going to continue breaking down as the months go along with the interest rates being cut. And this can really get Bitcoin driving back up a little bit more. 2020, 2021, a lot of that big move happened over here. But even while it was going back up, Bitcoin still did a decent job, I would say. God, COVID fucked up oil so much. Right now, oil is breaking down finally. I told you guys a couple weeks ago I just sold off. I think it was like last Monday or the Monday before that. When was it? It was the Monday before that. I sold. Is that weekly chart? Yeah, because we were bouncing. Yeah. So back over here, I told you guys I was selling off my oil stocks, or no, 20% of my oil stocks, and maybe I should have sold off more. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Let me see what's happening to oil right now. ZOM. I mean, my Exxon Mobil really hasn't moved too much. It's gone from like 120 to 112, so I shouldn't be too mad about shaving some of that off. But like my Schlumberger's probably gone down more. Yeah, Schlumberger's been going down. And the other two, ConocoPhillips, that one's been coming down a little bit more. And then Chevron. Yeah, so yeah. I lost a little bit of money, but the fact I've been holding it for so long, I'm fine with it. The dividends have been juicy. And you can see right here, a lot of these are looking for these different levels of support. Intel, we talked about maybe buying Intel. Glad we did not. Google, breaking down below the 50-week moving average here. That choppiness is never a good sign here. Right, the choppiness around the 50 doesn't really lead to many good things. It usually signals we're slowing down quite a bit, and you can see that fear happening a lot right now. Go back over here to Bitcoin though. There we go. 15-minute chart should work out fine for this one. I just want to stretch this out. There we go. I want to see that pink line there. Maybe I'll turn it to something else. Is there a better color than pink? That's a good question. Style. We got yellow, blue, and green for everything else. I guess we can just make this into a red line. That might make it a little bit easier. Yeah. Just so you guys can see and say, hey, that's a 50-week moving average. That's what we're looking for. That's what we don't want to start breaking down below. That's kind of where bad things happen if we continue to break down below that. And again, we're in a fresh new week. We could just be in a tiny wick area of a fresh new week, kind of like back over here. A wick, and then we just kept on coming down, down, down. Or I think it was actually, yeah, this was the wick of last week's. Forgot I'm in a 15-minute chart. Or, all right, we'll talk about that later. Pep base to the P, there you go. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah. More buying gold, less Bitcoin ETF. I mean, there's different ways of thinking about gold. I personally don't really like buying gold because the return has never really been worth it. I've always found there are better stocks out that perform better when the economy's suffering. Now, they may go down when everything else goes down. Everybody kind of freaks out. But while everybody's reshuffling, they're usually really good reshuffle stocks. I told you guys about Philip Morris a while ago. This one still seems to be kicking quite a bit, right? I mean, yeah, it's been kicking around for a while. That's a pretty good one. I'm probably going to have to sell this because it's actually going up faster than I anticipated. So I don't really want to hold for too much longer here. But, you know, you could even go towards something like the REITs, like the real estate companies. Those ones are typically going to be doing okay right now as interest rates start to come back down. People start to move houses again. That can really liven things back up. But, you know, then you have to start thinking, though, about what happens during an election. So if you own some stocks, what are those stocks going to do if there's a Republican president or a Democratic president? Don't think too much about Trump or Kamala. Just kind of think about what you know about what the parties typically like to vote on. You know, Trump will be better for my ExxonMobil, you know, but Kamala Harris is probably going to be better for my healthcare, you know, because, you know, where are government resources going to be flowing? Basically, all presidents are bought and paid, but who are they bought and paid by? That's the question. And I believe Trump Kamala debate. CBS News. I just want to find the date of the debate. Get out of there, Hems. Do I have hair? I have hair. I have a lot of fucking hair. Jesus. Okay, September 10th. That's literally on Tuesday, okay? So that's coming up real soon. September 10th, right there, right? That's all I care about. I don't usually look at CBS News because all they do is try to trash Republicans. And, well, I'm not necessarily a Republican or a Democrat. I don't like the media choosing sides. It freaks me out. Ooh, BitTorrent's up 15% today. What the heck's going on right there? That's a juicy move worth checking out later. Buy high, sell low, always. The bank debt is huge too, over 500 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so banks are technically okay right now, mostly because they have their stress tests and they have some regulations they have to adhere to. I think where banks are going to have issues is they're not going to be able to make so much money off of interest here, and they're not going to be able to charge as much on fees. So I would not necessarily be owning banks right now or any time in the future. I think I'm not even much of a bank fan in the first place. The only bank I ever really buy is JP Morgan, and that's because they own the politicians. Like they own those politicians. Every other bank is a little bit iffy in comparison to JP Morgan. I'm in Vegas, your time zone, so good. Be later. This is Cleo Poker Life Tree. Oh yeah, changed my name to initials. Okay, there you go. No worries, CT. Remind me of that for a few next time, so I make sure to answer you guys' questions and stuff. And again, what's a good Bitcoin only cold storage wallet, not tripping on price? I mean, the nanos are usually the best ones to go to. They got the fancy ones. They got the non-fancy ones. I mean, I bought one in Bitcoin. What's it called? Just test it out. I bought one at Consensus in Austin. It was pretty good. I forgot the name. I'll try to remember it the last time. It's literally in my garage, but it's basically like a card, and it's like a metal debit card or something like that, but like with crypto. It's pretty chill. I don't want the nano though. I want the, which one is it? I believe it's this one right here. Okay, yeah. The Ledger Flex is pretty nice. The Nano's okay, but once I got the Flex and I saw it, it's pretty good. I should update to the Ledger Stacks, but I mean, I didn't really see the value compared. The screen's a little bit larger. All the USB stuff is fine. I don't need wireless charging. I don't need a protective case, right? I mean, that's all they try to sell it on you for, right? So typically the Ledger Flex is nice. The Ledger Nano is pretty much going to give you everything except for the little wireless stuff and a little bit of a case. I don't really think, yeah. I just feel like this is more durable. I think that's basically the thing. This is just more durable than this. I have this and it just doesn't feel that durable. The other one was the Effie. I think that was the Effie one. Crypto wallet. Can't pronounce that name right. Is it Effie? No. This must be it. Yeah, Elipal right over here. This is another one that I've tried in the past and I liked it. Yeah, I got this one. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I just kind of went back to Ledger Nano because I just wanted to have one. But yeah, this one's also another one right there. LAP Titan 2.0 wallet. I don't even know what I did with this wallet. I haven't touched it in a hot minute. It's in a box inside of a box inside my garage somewhere, I swear. Nobody but me would actually know what this is. They have the Titan Mini, which I thought was pretty cool too. I also have this. They sponsored a video a long time ago, a long time ago, and I just like the products. I mean, they were chill. They were good. Yeah. So yeah, those two are probably the ones I know the most and I enjoy. The prices aren't going to be like out of this world crazy, and they're going to do the job. And the one thing is, you know, just keep them in a safe space. Don't put them somewhere where they're going to be at risk of being flooded or something like that. You know what I mean? Safe. Safe from your family, friends, everybody. Safe. Because they might not know what the fuck that is. You know what I mean? And so, especially me, not many of my friends deal in crypto. They're all kind of in the old school business world because they're all over 40 and 50 years old, which, you know, fine. But, you know, they might not understand all the, the intricacies of cryptocurrency. Because they're all, you know, they all have their own businesses basically, and if you have your own business, you're not really looking at crypto too much unless you want to like just do a side investment. And hey everybody, happy to see my man. And hey Patrick, you think crypto will be bought up during the debate? Bought or brought up? No, and maybe if Trump really wallops Kamala, there's an opportunity for it, but I don't know if he will, and that's too big of a gamble for me to take. And then on top of that, you know, I'm gonna give Loki a treat. He woke up from a nap. Can't like give me a little nose, buddy. Come here. And the other thing, you're on the wrong shoulder. Come on, it's over here. Yeah. And the other thing is, I don't expect any mainstream media announcer. I don't expect any of them. There you go. I don't expect any of them to actually say, hey, what do you guys think about cryptocurrency? I just don't see them being that type of person. They know there's a large audience about that, but who would benefit from that question? It's not going to be Kamala. And if Kamala is not going to really benefit from it realistically, again, I think the media really doesn't like Trump. I just don't see them giving him any freebies or passes. I think that's what made the CNN debate such a disaster for Joe Biden is you kind of saw them trying to help Joe Biden out by giving him some clear little, you know, questions and stuff like that. You saw the DataDash lady give Kamala Harris a very easy interview where she basically would ask a question and then she would give her 3 answers to choose from and then let her say which one of those she liked. Like, why would you do that? I mean, like, just if you're gonna beat the shit out of Trump on questions, beat the shit out of Kamala on questions as well. Just do it evenly. I want to see people get walloped in these debates, but I want it to be fair. If it's not fair, you know, it just feels bad, feels murky, it feels like money's involved, feels like there's powerful forces outside of our control and all that type of shit. I don't want to worry about that type of stuff. Am I playing GameStop? No, typically I don't play with GameStop because of it's just too. I don't like it. I don't. It's just not something I enjoy playing with all too much. I mean, we could check it out very fast, but we haven't had technicals on this in a long time. I mean, what the heck is that? Do I have something open? I don't. Trend lines. That was trend lines? Those were trend. Jesus. All right. Looks like it jumped up a few months ago here. A few weeks. It's been doing not much. Really, it's been kind of flat here. Look, what the heck are you doing? Get out of there. Looking for a toy or something? He's trying to sleep in my in between my legs, but I don't want to be hot in between my legs. Or my feet. Yeah, good boy. Yes, go boy. Let's see. Weekly chart's still bearish. Daily chart's getting bullish. A little bit of change of character there. Momentum is fine. RSI is fine. I mean, there's not really much of a good reason to buy here. It looks like all the reasons to buy happen in after hours and pre-market over the last few, like what, weeks that's been? Let me go over here. I wonder if the money flow's changed. Yeah, look, it all gets pumped up in the pre-market, then it crashes back down as soon as everybody else joins in. popped up in the market, comes back down. Yeah. It's always in the pre-market. So that basically means, well, I don't know what time what time zone you're in, but that means like for me, I'd have to be awake at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd have to kind of watch and see what's going on, and then I have to place that bet or that trade at 1 o'clock and see what happens. And you'd have to be kind of following some general momentum. So right now the daily chart's bullish, but the weekly chart's bearish. I might take a chance and go on a long here, maybe some options or something like that. But I guess you can't have options in the pre-market. But you know, buy some shares, but you're basically buying them up right at the start of the trading day here. So which is like really early. Like here's a 1 minute chart. Let's see how far back I can go and see if I can find a jolt. But we actually had a nice move here. Nope, I can't go that far back. Nothing really jumped up here recently, did it? No. Okay, let's go to the 5 minute chart. Here's the volatility. Well, actually, here's a little bit where it kind of came up throughout the day. Let's see, 5 minute. And not always, it's okay. I mean, like, how big of a move is this? These are pretty decent moves. 6 a.m. after hours, 113%. That's not bad at all. It just comes back down so fast. And even then, you have to be able to sell it after hours. That's kind of the hard part here, too. Where are these? Okay. Oh, no, this happened just all at once, didn't it? Jesus. Okay. Yeah, you're really going to have to be watching what happens in those early hours of the day. And I'm not usually up that early. Let me go over here to the 4 hour chart. Let's go over here to regular trading hours. Yeah, what you'd be definitely doing right now is just trying to buy some up and hoping for this breakout above the $24, $25 level and it launching back up here towards $30. I don't know if it's going to jump all the way back over here, back to the 60s and whatnot, but you could definitely see it trying to pump back up to the 30s at least, which means, you know, buy right here, have a stop loss at like 20 bucks or something like that. Then all you basically do is just wait for a nice little pop here, and you could scale out at any level you want to, especially if you're looking at some of those post hours or pre-market hour trades. You know, we could potentially find a good spot to get out of there, but right now, you know, more of a yellow long. It's a very risky play, but I mean that's pretty much why you get into GameStop, isn't it? Right? It's risky, and there's a good opportunity to make some money out of a little bit of money there. Let's go back over here very fast. But yeah, there you go long. Have a small little stop loss of $3 and see what you can do with it, especially if it's able to break out. Looks like it's been able to do okay despite the rest of the market kind of going into this little free fall thing, where the the Nasdaq SPY and everything have just not been looking too good. Do I think the Donald Trump token will get a bump if Donald Trump pounds her like a Joe? Yes, it'll most likely get a bump from that. It'll be a short-term bump, and it'll probably last for about 24, at max, maybe 48 hours. It'd be a really good move, and it'd basically just be one gigantic short squeeze because there are a lot of shorts on that right now. And again, if you're in Wall Street and you don't like Trump or something like that, whether it be his media company or his crypto company, you can put some money aside to short that sucker down just because you don't like the guy. Money is funny. Roaring Kitty tweeted, airing weeks on GME. Oh, earning. Okay, I see what you're saying right there. Yeah, whenever he gets involved, you might see some more volatility as well. Something that I'm really looking forward to this week, I would just say, is a little bit of CPI. I guess that comes into effect. But really, can we just hold the support level for 1 week? Can 1 week turn into 2? And then what happens on that second week? Because again, that second week is going to be the Fed cutting rates. And we should be looking at rate cuts of... Okay, if he's smart, and I don't want to make fun of Jerome Powell, but he really fucked up the beginning of this by saying inflation was transitory. I'm really hoping he's not going to lag so much on bringing rates down. I'm really terrified that he's going to lag a lot. I believe in reality he should cut rates by 50 basis points, so 0.5, right? I think what he's going to do is possibly go by 0.25 here. This upcoming CPI report coming up here in the next few days, I believe is going to be very important to tell us a little bit more information about what he might be willing to do. If it's a very good inflation number, I think he will try to do it by 0.25 or 0.5. If it's almost so low that it's kind of concerning, he'll do a 0.5. And then, of course, if it's something really high and whatnot, he'll just stick to the 0.25. But I don't believe there's any way he doesn't do a rate cut at this point, unless there's some type of monster surprise. And that monster surprise to me is not in the cards at this point here. What's Trump's crypto company? No, so I just meant the Trump meme coins that were going on, not his company. I think he's doing a startup, but I don't know what it's called. If you go to CoinDesk, I think they talk about it here. And then, can you talk about Nero ETH? Is the whole ticker Nero ETH, or is it something else? What was I searching for? What was the Trump's crypto company? Oh, but yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, it's basically just him doing a not CoinDesk. I keep on seeing articles about it. I don't really care about the company, so I don't check it out. U.S. election betting delay would be devastating to Kalishi, firm says. Oh yeah, it's gonna be days before they do election. I don't trust money elections nowadays anyway. The information. Okay, let me go over here and do search. And I want to do Trump. There was an article, like I swear, last week that was talking about it. Okay, maybe I can't search Trump on CoinDesk because it goes to a big white screen. And there's no loading going on here. There we go. Just had to refresh it up a little bit. Trump promises to embrace industries. Yes. Let's see. Trump family crypto project. Let's see. Which one was it? I just want to. Well, let's see. I think it's World Liberty Financial is the token that they're talking about. World Liberty Financial, right? 70% of them are going to be reserved for the insiders. I mean, I ain't buying that shit if it's 70%. It's basically going to be a pump and dump, most likely. But yeah, so World Liberty Financial. World Liberty Financial. Nero ETH, there we go. All right, let's go over here. Paste. I guess Bybit might be the best choice. Maybe Binance. Oh yeah, that's some good. Yes, 50-minute chart is pretty good. Oh no, maybe not Binance. Bybit. Okay. So this has really had a volatile time, hasn't it? How much has it gone back up over the last few days? About 600%. Wow. So this was pretty much rugged and left for dead for like a few hours, and somebody decided to pop back up. All right, let's go back over here. $156 million over the last year. So it was just back down around 25 million. So this thing really took a wallop. So that means some institutional guy pretty much sold off all that he owned. I'm guessing some large wallet sold off some. And it's up 26% today. 1,000% for the year. Okay. So there's not enough data here for me to give you really much technical analysis. Basically what you're looking at, besides the momentum and stuff that I like, is you're looking at a nice opportunity to break out here. It looks like above, what is that? Above 0.176 cents, a little over like 17.5 cents basically. You're looking for that to break out here, and it should start launching back up. Guys, it has such a small market cap of 157 million. This thing could clearly go back up to like 30, 40, 50 cents. And for me, I'd stick to the 4-hour chart. And I would just add a little bit of Fibonacci extension and just see if I can find a good zone for this. There's not really a good pullback here. Not really good pullback at all. So you might be looking at something more in this middle zone right here on 34 to 43 cents. I think that's realistic compared to where it's been in the past, and because it has low market cap. If you really want to have a longer term goal, you're probably looking at 95. I prefer the white zone, as you know, but because this is so new, we really don't have a nice pullback area that I would really trust with this one. Pull this back to right here before it launched up. You know, that this one goes back up to like 31. So, you know, another 100% profit from here isn't like crazy, you know, to think about. And this has still been doing fine. So, okay, this is the 4th of September. Bitcoin right here. What's the 4th of September? So it's still been doing okay despite Bitcoin having some issues, which is kind of a nice thing to see as well. 2-hour chart. Yeah, you'd basically be trying to probably not do leverage on this, but just do some spot. You know, it's like 15 cents for heaven's sakes. You'd want to buy some right here at this loading zone. Maybe have a stop loss basically off this trend line saying, hey, if it breaks down below 12.5 cents, I sell it, right? Because then you know it's gonna start flipping over and start coming back down here to 9, which isn't terrible if you want to hold for the long term. But if you're looking for specifically a trade, I mean, that's going to put you down into the red quite a bit here, right? So I'd be looking for something of a buying zone over here, waiting for potential breakout, maybe sometime in the morning. When have these larger moves been happening? 11 p.m., 7 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 p.m., yeah. This one is 1 a.m., 7 a.m., so a little bit more morning. 3 a.m., yeah, okay. 7 a.m., 1 a.m., okay, yeah. So, yeah, you might be looking at maybe a potential pump in the morning. 9 p.m., 11 p.m., yeah. Not terrible, a very high risk token as you can already tell, but you probably can buy this in a few spots by now because the market cap used to be okay. Oh yeah, it's back to being okay, I guess, right now. Gate, Bybit, HTX, I mean, you know, these aren't available in America, but CoinW, yeah, CoinW is a place you can buy it. It's not really on any other place, so you might have to swap for it. But it seems like it's a very risky project, and this looks like somebody, you know, a whale basically was like, hey, yeah, I need to sell off my assets here. And they're like, yeah, it's at like a couple $100 million. Or what was the market cap over here? Yeah, 240. He might have owned 10% or something like that. But 10% of $240 million is quite a bit of money. It's like 24 million, right? So you're just like, I'm gonna take my money and run. And that's basically what it feels like was done. But like not just by one person, but by a lot of the original owners. They probably sold some off for some nice money. And now it's going to rally again, so don't be surprised if all of a sudden it does start to come back down fast. You do want to have a stop loss, or at least scale out when you feel it's appropriate. Just, you know, being aware that it's not going to go to a bajillion dollars, you know, in a few days or something like that. Which I'm, you know, knowing you, I think you already know that. Nero, I bought it on Weeks. Oh, it's on Weeks. Oh. Then it's also on Weeks then. Yeah, I mean, I know I got links down for Weeks, but they're putting on so many tokens, I don't even know. Weeks. I know Weeks has a lot of tokens. They have so many tokens, I haven't taken the time to look at them all. Let me see. Login. Oh my god. Teddy bear, washing machine, band-aids. Okay. Okay. Spot. Oh, let's zoom in a little bit. Zoom. Right, so you can see how you can do all the futures trading and stuff like that, but scroll. There's so many in here. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I love that you can buy them, don't get me wrong, but my god, are there just a lot of tokens in there. N. Which one is it? E. There's Neo right there, yep. Nero right there. One day. This is a different token. So this is a different token. So this one is different than Nero Ethereum. All right, this one, yeah, this one has to be different than Nero Ethereum. So let me make my brain work a second. Okay, so Nero, Neiro, and then the price of this is 0.004. It's this Nero, which only has 4 million. So it's not going to be on coinmarketcap.com. So this one right here is going to have a little bit of a different experience. The market cap, the fact you can buy this on Weeks is absolutely amazing, but at the same time, it's like wild. And for those of you guys that don't know, I like Weeks a lot because I hate swapping and paying swapping fees. So to be able to buy some of these low market cap tokens, while they're still pretty much like worthless, you know, like 4 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever, I like it. But it's on a bunch of other exchanges here as well. I mean, again, all these you really can't use in the United States, but there's Weeks, yep. Weeks, there's Tatbit, there's Orca, there's Metara. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that, but yeah. So there's definitely some good things going on here with Weeks. If you guys want to buy these tokens for cheap and stuff like that, I have a link down below. It helps support the channel. You know the drill there. Right now, it's definitely coming down. It's been coming down for a while here. The market cap is low, so basically what you're doing with this token is you bought in a little bit and you're just letting it ride. It looks like it did have a few good days. Bitcoin kind of had a rough one and it's kind of, you know, doing its own little thing. I'd basically just kind of hold on to the asset unless you like put like thousands of dollars into it or something, and I'd basically just be waiting to see what happens next. But with these types of tokens, you basically just buy and you have to wait, because if you see what happened over the last few days, this thing has already gone down like 47%. It's high risk, so you basically toss 20, 40, 60, 80, $100 into it or something, and you just basically have to wait and see what happens. Like the guy that probably bought back over here, it went down like 67%. Then for him it was up 65, and he could have chose to sold at that like 65% profit, or he decided that, hey, I want to see if it goes up more, and you know, it didn't. Those type of moves are what you're looking for. But yeah, it's basically just a waiting game, and there's not really much technical analysis that can be done there. You can tell that momentum is going back up on the daily chart a little bit. Weekly, of course, is still very bearish. The 4-hour is very bearish right now, as it looks like it wants to roll over here. But if it rolls over, I might be looking for an opportunity to buy into that one. Sorry about the wrong token thing. So when you sit on Weeks, I'm like, I don't know if that token's on Weeks, and I've seen a few ends. And hey, man, markets are forward looking. Depending on what happens, he will likely do 25. Anything Black Swan, and he will do 0. Oh God, I hope he doesn't do 0. That'd just be catastrophic. I mean, the markets are really ready for this right now. And again, Jerome Powell really has just not been the best steward, I would say, of inflation. People are giving him praise and stuff like that, but I'm like, they're just doing that because they forgot about transitory. They forgot about all that type of stuff. And I didn't forget. I also didn't forget when the media said that we weren't in a recession, when we were in a recession, and they basically lied to the whole American public for like, I think it was like 2 months leading up to the 22 election. They were like, yeah, we're not really in a recession. Everybody was like, what the fuck are you guys smoking? Because, you know, if you guys went to high school, you probably had some type of economics class. And man, N.A. Wilder, happy to see you. Yeah, I'm just streaming after the NFL game. Wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. I'm back on my medication, ADHD medication for this week, so I'm going to see if it makes me stream more and if I'm like able to stream more without being distracted as much. And I'm gonna see how that works out. I'm also going to see if I suck at trading this week, because typically I trade quite well with my ADHD because I'm paying attention to everything. You know, maybe a little bit too much so, but I'm paying attention. I'm waiting to see if this makes me less profitable this week, so we'll see. Maybe I'll double check something when I shouldn't do it. When you schedule your streams, that lets me know. I scheduled it, but I don't think I scheduled it too far in advance, and that's because I don't technically know when I'm gonna go live. I think what I need to do is, when I'm streaming, I have this thing called like a stream key and stuff, stream settings, So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one stream set up like almost every day around like 5 o'clock or something, unless I'm not going to be there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another stream key just for whenever I want to go live. That way, when I go live, it doesn't, it doesn't start streaming to the pre-scheduled stream. I just got to set that up properly, but I think I know how to do that. I've done it a few different times because I have a bunch of different 24/7 streams on here. And hey, Seat and Flame, happy to see you. Nero Ethereum and Nero on there. Nero Normal is on the Sol network. Yeah, so it's probably the Nero on the Sol network then, because it matched the same price as we were talking about on the one that was weeks. But I didn't see another Nero on there. Maybe there was. I'm not entirely sure. And you can see Bitcoin coming back down right now. Maybe I should have shorted up here on that 55,000. For those of you that did, I know a couple of you guys. I know one of you guys said you shorted. Good job. I guess Bitcoin's still bearish, isn't it? Let me go back over here a little bit. I'm trying to see if there's any more meme coins that I should be looking at. Most of these meme coins, I'm just like, eh. Here's a Doge. Wait, this is like a first Doge. Department of Government Efficiency. Oh, they're trying to. This is a Doge meme. There's so many new tokens being made on Sun Pump here. I don't think it's necessarily hard to make. Oh, what the heck? I wonder if it's my ad blocking software that keeps on making these websites kind of freak out for a little bit. Oh, this thing just opened up a few minutes ago. Yeah, this thing just opened up a few minutes ago. There's no measurement tool over here. So what is the ticker? Is there a... I'll just look for it on Dex Tools. No, it's not showing up on here. Dex Tools. Oh, there it was. No, it was there. It was there. There it is. There it is. There it is. Here's the 1 minute chart showing up on Dex Tools. Now, if you bought in, let's say you were in the Telegram group and whatnot, and they just said it went live. If you bought in right when they went live, you're up around 60% right now. This thing's teetering. You're already seeing people sell off. So this is a Neutron meme coin. I want to see how it kind of does. Let's see. Out of Ethereum. Okay. I mean, $3,000 they just put in there. Somebody sold off 1,000. See, the ones that made the coin, they're already selling off. They're actually at 3,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Somebody's buying it up a little bit, but I don't know if this is bot trading or not. 5,000. I mean, look at that. Yeah, they just made the coin and they're already selling it. That is, yeah, that's crazy. Why not just let the buyers get some, get some money in there, and then you can start selling once it gets higher or something. I never understood why they sell so fast. I think it's maybe because so many tokens end up falling down and, getting fucked over, or getting rugged. But the market cap seems to be only $268,000 right now. Oh, let me type something in here. How low do you think Ethereum will go if it dips? It'll probably go down quite a bit here because Ethereum is at a big level of resistance, or support. Weekly chart. Right? You could see Ethereum really coming back down here towards around like $1,600, which would be crazy because, again, over the past few weeks, like within 3 weeks, this thing fell down. How much did Ethereum fall down? Like 40% in, like 14, 21 days. That's only 30% right there. So I'd probably say around $1,500. You might be able to pull, where's the white level on a Fibonacci extension here if you do the reversal? We already hit that and we bounced off of it. Next up is down here at 2030. Let me stretch this out a little bit. 1700. Yeah, again, we already bounced off of that one. Really not much wiggle room in between these, is there? Nope, not much wiggle room. Not much wiggle room. Maybe $2,000. Nice little support level as well. But again, if Bitcoin starts flushing, you're going to see everything coming down. But yeah, I would generally say about $1,500 is what I would say Ethereum can come down to when it needs to. Oops. Oh, not when it needs to, but you know, if Bitcoin starts crashing here. Should I open up a short right now? Should I open up a short? You know what? I'm gonna give it some time to cook. I'll see what happens tomorrow. Just because the market opened, I'm hoping it doesn't just go straight back down. I'm hoping we can have a little bit of time to cool off, and then I can find a good opportunity to buy. I think I'm too frugal right now, and I try not to short right after I close a position. I closed the position over here a few days ago, because you know, it started to break back up a little bit more. Yeah, I'll wait and see. Right now, not too bad. Yeah, selling off 3,000 bucks. The amount of money that flows through these things, I guess we're relatively new, so we should be able to go back to the beginning here, shouldn't we? Oh, let's not. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. See, there was some buy-ins here at the very beginning. A few thousand bucks. 7,000 bucks. Wow. After that first initial money came in, then you started seeing the selling coming off here. Yeah. Not terrible, though. Yeah, might have a breakout here. Oh, let's get out of that very fast. So this is the newest token, though. Yeah, market cap says 50,000 here. Dex Tool says 272,000. I'm not entirely sure which one is correct. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which one is correct. Oh, and you can buy some using... Oh, I like that. You can buy some using the Sun Pump website. I think this is Tron's website. Sunflare illuminate the peak. What is this? All meme coins come with the latest bonding curve progress reaching 80% will be automatically displayed here. Sunpump is a decentralized platform that does not endorse any meme coin. Do your own research. Okay. What has this up here? Do they already have a Twitter page? Oh, they're using that as the Twitter page. They don't even have a Twitter yet. Do they have... Okay, let's go to the Telegram. Let's see what the Telegram is here. Oh, the Telegram goes to here. So they don't even have any actual things. So this is most likely going to be just one crazy pump and dump. But I mean, you know, we could watch it, maybe dump. And then website. Nope, there's no website either. Oh, man, yeah. They don't got anything going for them. So what makes it right here? So participate in Sun Boost yield farming. No. Let's see. Launch ranking. Here we go. Ranking. So there's one over here. Xin Huanzhuan. Do you know who that is? Because I don't. Wait, is it CZ but like a woman and in Chinese clothes? I don't know what's going on, but this token's also new. So there's tokens getting pumped up every few minutes. Damn. Okay. I see what's going on here. And hey, Walter, have a good rest of your night, my man. Oh, let's see. 60,000. Utopia is doing pretty well. The market cap rankings over here. Okay. Warren Buffett. Sun Pizza, Baby Sun, Bowl, TRX. Piggy Smalls. Trying to think of like potential, like, you know, YOLO tokens, but all these I don't know how much I'd really want to YOLO. At least it's updated pretty recent, right? So let's open this one. We're gonna have CZ, and then we're gonna go back over here to rankings, and we're gonna go over to the Doge one, and we're gonna have these two, and we're just gonna keep track of what's happening there. And then for this one, does this one have a website or anything associated with it as well? Is there a place to find that out? That's a good question. Oh, I don't want to copy. I just want to... Oh, there's X right there. Yeah. They have one. It has only like 1,000 followers, 900, but check, it's more than me, I think. Oh, it's this guy. I don't know who this guy is. But they're talking about it. Wait. This is September 7th. This is the 8th. Oh, it probably just turned to the 8th in some places. Okay, I get what's happening. I don't speak Chinese though, so I don't know what any of that means. And then is there a Telegram? Is there a Telegram? They got 590 members in the Telegram. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at what they're talking about. Are they happy? Are they excited? Let's see. Mukwangbang. I don't know what all this means really, but yeah, I don't know what much that means. However, you know, they have a Telegram, unlike the other one that we were talking about, Sun Pump, or this Dogecoin one. But I mean, the Doge one is moving up here. Look at that. I can't tell because this is different than the one I'm seeing on Dex Tools. So this might not be the Dex Tools one. This could just be another one that's going on. 5-minute chart. Yeah, this 5-minute chart's down, as you can see. This chart is going up. The 5-minute chart is still going up right here. So maybe I should try Doge TRX. Maybe that's what it's going to be. This is Doge wrapped Ethereum. So Doge. Oh, it could just be up against Ethereum instead of. Okay, that could be it. Doge. Ton. Can I just take the name here? See if that works out. Let's get rid of that thing. No. See, I don't know why Dex Tools. I don't know. Dex Tools just has so many different tokens. Hide inactive pairs, yes. So there's that one right there. 2 hours ago. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's all? Huh. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll trust this one since it was made on here. There are 60 million still available for sale on the bonding curve, and those are 78,000 Tron on the bonding curve. When the market cap reaches 76,000, all the liquidity from the bonding curve will be deposited into SwanSwap and burned. Progression increases as prices go up. Huh. All right, it's interesting. I'm not an expert in this type of stuff. The Jin Yuan isn't really moving at all right now, but the Doge one seems to be having some life to it. Everything else still looking okay. Yeah, still seems to be fine. Notifications, no. No Bitcoin related news, of course. Yeah, still no news. Yeah, Twitter's getting kind of old when it comes to Bitcoin stuff. Nothing too crazy. All right, there we go. All right, but I'm going to log off, everybody. I enjoyed you guys hanging out with me a little bit later tonight. I'll be here tomorrow to stream for a couple times. And then later on tonight or right after this stream, you're going to see me have a stream scheduled for tomorrow at 5 p.m. Short-term Pepe tea. I can do that before I hop off. Yeah, no worries, man. Pepe. Where's Pepe? Too many green things in my charts. There we are. I need to put Pepe away from Book of Meme. All right, so daily chart, you have a nice little bit of support, not like a crazy support, but it's there. Eventually Pepe looks like it's going to try to flood back down here and try to break down even more, maybe back down here towards the 50-day moving average. But for the short term here, momentum is still good. It tried to break it above the 50, got rejected back at the order block, which is fine. 1 hour chart just now turning bearish here. Okay, 2 hour turning over, 4 hour, 3 hours, still okay. Yeah, okay. I wonder what gave it this little bit of a spike here, kind of similar to what we saw with Bitcoin. But now the way I'd look at this is scalping. You have this potential breakout right here. It's not great, but the 15 could definitely turn over here. And what you basically be looking at is trying to buy around here on the 7,000 level. And then you just be scalping back up here just below this order block. I don't think it would actually break above this, but something back around here of like 7122. It's not really the most profitable move. It's about like 1.5% with a 10x leverage. That's basically the move you're looking for. So yeah, it's not even there properly. Yeah. You had another one over here, but again, because this spiked up so much, this honestly isn't going to look right. You can see that right there, right? False breakout. Plus momentum was not on your side. You're kind of waiting for that momentum to trigger over to you, right? Breakout plus momentum on the 15. That's what's going to guide you over here. Again, I don't know if it's going to break out and go above this, but I think an easy 1%, 1.5% gain right there once you see the breakout. If the breakout doesn't really come, then you just kind of wait your bide your time, because that 4-hour chart is still looking okay. The 3-hour chart's cooling off. The 2 and the 1 are like, uh-oh, you know, this might not have much more room. But basically the play would be long for a little bit of a breather, and then you're gonna short it back down afterwards. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 there, basically. Not bad, but I think it still can do a little bit of a pop here. 1-hour chart, yeah, 1-hour chart's just turning bearish, and on top of that, Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin still has some room to go a little bit, go up a little bit more as well here. There's nothing really pushing Bitcoin down hard right now, so I think you have an opportunity for a little bit more of a pop. Then you're gonna try to do the little reverse button, and you're just gonna short it down. So yeah, nothing too crazy. All right, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much for watching, and here's Loki's last